Hey everyone, today let's learn another cool riff for beginners. The Beatles' greatest band of all time, I think, In My Life. So coming up. Hey everyone, Paul Zagorski here, PZ Guitar, your virtual practice partner. That's right, another riff in pretty much the same clothes I just did Snow Patrol in. Imagine that. Hey, today it's a great opening riff. It almost shows the genius of George Harrison. Hey, we come up with this simple little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 note little run. It becomes memorable, and it wouldn't be the song that it is, In My Life, the little riff from George Harrison. It does a little hammer-on, so we're going to handle that separately. So the first thing is, here's the documentation that I want you to copy down and add to your ever-growing PZ Guitar library. It's like right over here somewhere. Excellent. So you got that down. Print it out. Write it down. However you want to view it as we practice this together. So. The first thing I want to do is I want to talk about the riff, and I want to break it down individually before I put it in a loop, so that way you can practice it again and again and again. So the riff here is going to be on the B string and on the high E string. So it's 2nd fret, and then goes to high E, 5th fret, and now here's the hammer-on. So you're back onto the B string. Your index finger is still on the 2nd fret. You're going to pluck it. So here's what I want to practice. I just want to practice the hammer-on. So you're going to hammer on with your middle finger, and it's going to be pretty forceful, and it's going to be just behind the fret. So it makes a nice ring. If you miss it and go on top of the fret, you actually start changing the note a little bit. And if it's not hard enough, it gets a little muted. So let's just practice the hammer-on before we do the entire riff. You know what? There is a practice session I did about hammer-ons and pull-offs, and the link is going to be like right over here somewhere. So why don't you go, if you have a problem with the hammer-ons, go do that lesson as well. But if you still have a problem with that, you could always, you can pluck the string as well. I mean, this is a beginner riff, and if you're a beginner, you're a beginner. You know, it will get better. That's why we practice. Imagine that. We practice. But practice the hammer-on. And so when you get that down route, when you get this down, then attack the full riff. So let's go do the riff and put it in a loop and practice up. Hey, thanks for sticking around and practicing the Beatles in my life. A great little riff. It really is. It does a little bit of an advanced technique, you know, the little hammer-on. But before we go any further, and I give you some more tips, let's do the Chuck Norris quote of the day. I love, love, love the Chuck Norris quote of the day. And today's Chuck Norris quote of the day is, when Chuck Norris writes, he makes the paper bleed. Man, that's some really tough words. Hey, check out in the video description, the Amazon link for Chuck Norris gifts. They're just, a lot of it is fun. There's calendars, there's all sorts of things, mugs, you know, quotes themselves. And so it's just a lot of fun. And if you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe button. Hit the bell for notification because I post all the time, and that way we can practice more and more together. Leave a quote as to what riffs you want to learn or what your favorite Chuck Norris quote is. I'd love to hear them either way. You know, I'd love to hear them. There's been a couple of people so far that have told me what their Chuck Norris quote is, and I think they're hysterical. I love it. It's a great interaction here. But let me know what riffs you want to learn as well. And so here, when it comes to the riffs, the biggest thing about riffs is you have to play it slow before you can play it fast. So learn it slow. There's nothing wrong with learning it slow. There's nothing wrong with practicing that hammer-on. There's nothing wrong with practicing the hammer-on until it becomes second nature, that you don't cringe at the thought of doing a hammer-on. So until then, you know what? Hit the like and subscribe. Leave a comment, and keep practicing, and I'll see you soon. How about that? I think that's a good plan. I'll see you soon. We'll play and we'll practice some more. Hey everyone, thanks for sticking around. Up over here is going to be a video that maybe you might want to check out next. Or down here is going to be a playlist that's going to have some really good stuff to practice. So until then, keep practicing. Either this one or this one. It's up to you.